many false prophets have deceived many.
Yep.
That's a sign that we in the last days. The end is near. You need to watch out. Skip down to verse 11. He going to say this again, just in case you missed it. He going to make sure you get it. Verse 11.
And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
See, false prophets, that means he acting like he working for God, don't he?
Uh-huh.
But many of them, brothers and sisters, that means you should be on the lookout for this. It's many of them. That's why you got preachers on every station you turn, on every block. You got churches and preachers, many false prophets. Don't come and deceive many. Skip down to verse 24 and read that, because he's going to sum it up. He even going to tell you about the big one going to come in ends. Even some of them now might do some little tricks and magic. But go ahead.
For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Now, what is this all about? He said, there shall arise not only false prophets, even false Christs. And we done seen people pretending to be somebody great, pretending to be like they the Lord. I done known a few in my lifetime, seen a number of them saying they are the false, they are the Messiah. I'm the Son of God. But it don't line up with the Bible. So you know they wrong. The Son of God got to come from the sky this time. Some people don't believe that, but that's what the Bible say. So you don't go for it. So that's what's happening. A false Christ and false prophets. And then he said, hey, some of them show great signs and wonders that if it were possible, he would deceive the very elect. That means it'd be such a strong stuff, you could know better. Like what we know here, you could know better and you still be like, wow, that is something else. But you still going to say, no, I know he a false prophet. But it'll be close to messing you up. That's how strong it'll be. Let's show you that. Let's look at it. Go to Revelation, the 13th chapter. But what is this all about? This is a sign of the end, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They asked him, what's the sign of your coming and the end of the world? Like I said, we don't have time to deal with all of this on the program. We're doing a 2-part series on this lesson, but that's still not the whole message. So, again, we're trying to get the word to you, brothers and sisters. We're not on here begging for money. So if you're interested in getting the whole message, just call us up and request it, and we will send you the CD of this message in its entirety. Right. Don't charge you nothing.
Right.
Because we want you to understand that this is an urgent message that you need to know. Because that's our goal, to inform you of what's going on. See, we ain't like the preachers on here begging for money. We serve a God that's able to provide our needs. We ain't got to beg for nothing and be requesting, pay money, pay money, pay money. Look, our job is to preach the word, get the word out. So if you want this whole message, but you're not getting it on TV, you can call us and we'll send it to you. Go ahead, Revelation 13 and 13, because we saw it's one of the first sign Jesus gave at the end. It will be many false prophets deceiving many, and even false prophets that will show great signs and wonders. That means miracles. Because some people want a miracle. Mm-hmm. That's all they want to see. You can lie to them through your teeth, but if you can do some magic, they say, oh, that's the man of God. See, you don't go by that. You're going to get caught up if you do. Revelation 13 and 13. Go ahead.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
See, that's what this false prophet, this big false prophet, going to do in the end. This the one going to even move and take over Jerusalem. We'll get to that in the second part of this lesson. But he going to do great wonders so that he able to make fire come down. See, you want to see a miracle? Satan got something for you. God going to let Satan do it because God going to test you out. God going to try you. You say you believe, he going to try you, brothers and sisters. So this guy going to make fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. Probably going to burn some people up. Probably say, y'all don't believe me and won't worship me. Whew, I'm going to command fire to come down and burn you. And if you don't know no better, you're going to go over there and bow down. But if you got wisdom and understand the Bible, you're going to say, I still know he a false prophet. You're going to say, that was something. But he's still a false prophet. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, verse 14.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
See, this is coming to a town near you, brothers and sisters. He going to deceive them. Now, you got many false prophets already. But it's even going to get worse, and this one going to have some power, brothers and sisters. You got to get ready for it. Mm-hmm. Be on the lookout. It's going to happen. The Bible can't lie. See, this is how we know we living in the last days. We right at the prelude. We at the prelude of all this. We at the door. Getting ready to happen. So he said, He deceived the people with these miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Go ahead.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
See, he's going to have an image, because this is the way he operates. He got to have an image to worship. God say don't deal with no images, but he got one all the time. Go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And he going to make the image. He going to make an image come to life. People want to see that now. They see a statue of Mary or a statue of some queen or some mother this, and they say it's crying, and they go fly across the country to see it. They say, oh, some blood came off of it, and they go see that. See, people, Satan got you set up for that. Mm-hmm. You don't go for that, because then Satan can give it to you, and you think that's godly. Don't have nothing to do with God. You got to get God's teaching. Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
See, it's going to be a rough time. This is what's right ahead of us. Go ahead.
And he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
See, he's going to make you show that you worship him. You're going to have to take his mark to show that you are his servant, or you're going to have a hard time. And you're going to have some faith at this time. And I know people think it's a rapture. We're going to see if it's a rapture. Look, you're going to find out even some saints going to have to give their life up. Go ahead.
And that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the name of his, or the number of his name.
See, he going to have an economy corner. Well, go ahead.
Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
See, 666. We heard this for a long time, but it's on its way. It's just a matter of time. Just because it hasn't happened yet don't mean it's not going to happen, brothers and sisters. That's what you have to understand. It's going to come, and people been lying. I remember when I was younger, people used to lie, say, oh, it was Ronald Reagan. Now Ronald Reagan is dead, so it couldn't have been him. I knew it wasn't him, but they said, well, his middle name was Wilson, so it was Ronald Wilson Reagan. Some people saying it's Obama. No, it's not Obama. Don't have nothing to do with America per se. Matter of fact, we know it's coming out of Western Europe, but that's a whole nother lesson. We don't have time to deal with all of this now, but we understand it. Mm-hmm. And we understand how to add up to 666. It's just one of the man's titles. We don't have time to do that on the TV. But again, you get the full version, you'll see that. But now go to Matthew, the 24th chapter. Back to Matthew 24, because this is going to happen. You won't even be able to buy or sell unless you bow down and worship. And if you bow down and worship, you're going to hell. One-way trip to hell, the lake of fire, which is eternal. Some people don't believe that. It's eternal damnation. Read it in the Bible. Matthew 28 and verse 6. We're going to pick it up again. Because the title is, The End is Near, Watch Out. Matthew 24 and verse 6. Go ahead.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Now, we just touched on the first sign that Jesus gave, which was many going to come in his name and deceive many, he said. Even they show great miracles. All that got to happen, brothers and sisters, before the end comes. That's how we know the end is not yet. We close, but it's not yet. Still got some things to happen. It's like we ain't seen this one doing all these great miracles, right? Mm-hmm. So we know the end can't come tomorrow, next week, not even next year. Mm-hmm. But we still close. So now Jesus said here in Matthew 24, verse 6, another sign. They asked him the sign of his coming and the end of the world. Here's another one. Ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Now some people say, oh man, it's been wars. It's been rumors of wars. You know, how would you know? Look, if you pay attention, it's still on the escalating. Look, all this stuff just evolved in the last 100 years or something. Man has came from the Stone Age with all this modern technology where he can have a war now and destroy the whole planet. Could not do that 100 years ago. That shows you how we have stepped up the game in time for the last days. Could not destroy the whole planet 100 years ago. But now we living in times where they have the war material, like they talk about weapons of mass destruction. They are not lying. Everybody know that. Even scientists know that it's just a matter of time. They got a doomsday clock, brothers and sisters, and they know that it's just a matter of time to kaput. So they